Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to BowlTV. My name is Matt Canizaro, and we are live at the Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas. This is day 2 of qualifying at the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. Appreciate the patience as we got underway today. As we are rolling through this 8-game block, I'll go ahead and double-check the start times for each event the rest of the way and adjust it so that it starts at the end of practice. I don't want anybody to be upset out there, but let's get settled in. Let's enjoy some women's bowling. The best of the best representatives from 68 countries here in Las Vegas. 68 players battling for 24 spots in the next round. If you do have questions about this event, the QubicaAMF.com website has a homepage for the World Cup. Tons and tons of great information there, from yesterday's standings to information about the players, where they come from, stories about some of them and their histories here at the World Cup, as well as information about the World Cup itself and its 54-year history, along with information about the oil pattern and such. Players this week bowling on a 41-foot oil pattern designed specifically for this event, using QubicaAMF's Utopia oil. Scoring pace on the women's side. A little bit slower yesterday, but all of the players collecting information and coming in today with a fresh strategy. The women bowled in the afternoon yesterday, so a little bit of a quicker turnaround for them here in day 2. Your top 4 in the standings. And leading the way, surprisingly, not by my surprise, but by hers. She felt she didn't bowl well enough to lead the event, but she did. Diana Zevialova started strong, 225, 242. Then a couple 190 games. And we saw her shoot 258 here in our featured pairs yesterday afternoon. Followed that up with 179, so a little bit of a head scratcher there for her, but went on to finish strong. Closed the day with 246 and ended up leading the field here in her 3rd World Cup. She paced the 68 players with a 218.62 average, a 1749 total. She's looking to improve on 2 top 8 finishes back in 2009 and 10. In 2009, she was 8th. In 2010, she was 7th. She was followed in the standings yesterday by fellow Professional Women's Bowling Association Tour champion Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia. Finished her 8-game block at 1732. She was followed by Nadine Geisler of Germany, 1722. Shannon O'Keefe of the United States, 1684. And Karen Marcano of Venezuela at 1678. Again, the goal, make the top 24, and that number after 8 games was a 1560, or minus 40, with 200 being par. A 195 average right now in 24th place, just 1/3 of the way done with qualifying. We do appreciate everybody dropping in. Tell your friends. Spread the word. We'll be here all day long. We have 8 games for the ladies, followed by 8 games of men's competition coming up this afternoon. And then 1 more day of qualifying tomorrow. Same schedule. We'll flip-flop again. The men will bowl first. The women will bowl in the afternoon. And then we'll cut the field down again to the top 24. All of those players will return on Friday for 8 additional games, after which total pinfall for 32 games will determine the 8 players who move on to round-robin match play in each division. Double 7 matches plus a position round. Bonus pins up for grabs each round, each game. And then 40-game pinfall totals with those bonus pins will determine the top 4 in each category for the semifinals. Semis will take place on Saturday afternoon following the round-robin match play. We'll have the ladies semifinals first side by side. And then the 2 semifinal winners will meet on lanes 19 and 20 to bowl for the championship. Then we'll reset things and have the men do the same. If you'd like to follow the live scoring, I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the information box below your video window. You can follow your favorite players across the house here at Samstown. It's a 56-lane center. All right, so nearing the end of game number 1 here. We are comfortable, we're settled in, joined by bowlers from the Philippines, Portugal, and Singapore on our left lane. From the Philippines, it is Maria Alexis Sai, and she's here with the responsibility of defending the women's title. Last year taken home by Chrysalyn Tabora. After a drought of many decades for the Philippines women here at the World Cup, so Sai bowling well, finishing yesterday in the top 20. And from Portugal, we have Fatima Ribeiro. And from Singapore, Daphne Tan. And over on 21 and 22. Up on lane 21 right now. From Malta, Sue Abela. From the Virgin Islands, La Monique Berrios. And finally, Maria Jose Rodriguez of Colombia. We do appreciate everybody dropping in. If you are just joining us this morning, thank you. You're watching live coverage of the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup here at the Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas. This is the second of 3 days of qualifying. 24 games total will determine the 24 players who advance to the next round. If you do have questions, go ahead and drop those in the chat. Some very helpful folks in there will probably be able to answer those if I don't see them first. A lot of the information you do seek is available at QubicaAMF.com. Very comprehensive homepage for this week's event. Also, please don't forget to follow the event on Facebook. QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup Facebook page has a lot of great information and details, some behind the scenes photos and videos and different things from around the event that you're not going to see here on BowlTV or on the scoreboard. So a lot of cool stuff there by Dom Gall of Talk 10 Pin. He's got some additional help this week as well. So putting together a lot of great content there. And for your basic information, QubicaAMF.com is a terrific resource. Also available either in the standings or at QubicaAMF.com. You'll be able to see all of the participants at this week's event. There are 68 women and 81 men, representing 83 total countries here at the World Cup. 1 man and 1 woman is the maximum for each country. And in order to be here, they must win some sort of qualifier in their home countries. For example, in the United States, we have the Team USA trials every January. And along with a spot on Team USA, the winner of that event earns the opportunity to represent the USA here at the World Cup. 2018, that was Shannon O'Keefe and Kyle Troop. And Shannon used that as a springboard to an amazing year on the PWBA Tour. She closed out 2017 with a trios gold medal at the World Championships, fighting through excruciating pain from a kidney stone, doubled over in pain during the medal round, somehow able to find the strength to come away and end 2017 with that gold medal. And they came back strong in 2018, winning the Team USA trials and then going on to PWBA Player of the Year honors. And now here we are, getting ready to close down 2018. Shannon O'Keefe finished among the top 4 yesterday after the first 8 games. And she too didn't feel that she bowled particularly well, but was able to keep her spare game in check. Got enough to start today in 4th place. So we'll see her, I'm sure, pass through our live stream pairs at some point, along with our other leaders overall. Top of the standings, Diana Zevyalova of Latvia, bowling her 3rd World Cup, followed by Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia and Nadine Geisler of Germany. We'll have the same oil pattern, 41 feet all week long, both for the men and the women. And no doubt you'll be able to see many, many different styles, players of all ages and skill levels here at the World Cup. On the ladies' side especially, we mentioned already some of our top competitors from the PWBA Tour, some very familiar names, but other styles and ball selections from around the world. We have a couple players throwing plastic right down the middle. There's a couple backup bowlers. There's one spinner. So, of course, the variety of styles are going to affect the oil pattern and how it breaks down as well. The ladies tend to play a little bit straighter and more to the right. And on the men's side, we saw some of the men get pretty deep pretty early yesterday. Andres Gomez of Colombia finished the day tied for 2nd. He was pretty close to the left gutter, about halfway through the block. And Kyle Troop, who led the day, averaging almost 246, said that he was able to just creep left all day long and really open the lane up and bowled extremely well. So good for him to come off a couple tough events and bounce back. But we'll see the men later today and talk about them. Here we are at the end of game number 1 of today's action. And for Daphne Tan, 2:38 to start the day. To lead the way here on 19 and 20. Ribeiro, 189 for Portugal. And Sai will be in the 200s. One more gives her 204. And over to the right, Maria Jose Rodriguez finishes with 202. Barrios, 149. And Abela will be in the 160s here in our opening game. Again, if you'd like to follow your favorite players, there's a link to the live scoring in the information box below your video window. Using lanes 5 to 56 here. So you can scroll through and see how the players are doing during this 8-game block. And with that, game number 1 has concluded quickly. Players on the move. Game number 2 coming right up. Folks, my name is Matt Canizard. You're watching live coverage of the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup Game 2. In just a moment, we'll be right back. All right, folks, we are comfortably settled in for game number 2 here. Day 2 of qualifying at the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. Joined this game by the players from Brazil, Argentina, Thailand, Georgia, Wales, and Indonesia. For Brazil, it is Stephanie Martins, one of the 8 members of the Professional Women's Bowling Association competing this week at the World Cup. Stephanie recently, almost a year now, moved back to Brazil after her collegiate time at Weber International in Florida. She's been working on her game while at home and found great success in September at the 2018 PABCON Women's Championships. Picked up a pair of gold medals. A huge confidence boost in her career. And now here representing Brazil at the World Cup once again. So we'll keep an eye on her throughout the week. For Argentina, it is Maria Otero. And from Thailand, Yani Sabi. Over on 21 and 22. From Georgia, Angelina Kazarian. Throwing the backup ball there on 22. All 10 back. For Wales, Mel Oates. One of our 2 past winners on the women's side here this year. She won the event back in 2000, I believe was the number. To confirm that. And our other player joining us from Indonesia is Nadia Nurmalina. We saw her find success here on BowlTV back at the World Youth Championships in 2016 in Lincoln, Nebraska. Mel Oates, as mentioned, did win the World Cup back in 2000. This year is her 4th appearance. She bowled in 2000, 2001, and 2002. And her win was her debut and the only time she advanced to the top 24. So a pretty sweet memory there as she joins Ami Guerra as the 2 past winners on the women's side here this year. Ami winning back-to-back in 2010 and 2011. So Ami looking to become the first 3-time winner on the women's side. And we haven't seen her come through the live stream pairs yet, but we will. Still a long way to go here in qualifying. This just game 2 of 8 today and game 10 overall. Updated standings are available at QubicaAMF.com along with a lot of other great information. And Nadine Geisler of Germany, who led for most of yesterday, had a big start today, 255. And she jumps back into the lead. Her total for 9 games, plus 177. 1977. She is followed by Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia, Diana Zavyalova of Latvia. Diana, rough start today, 170 to drop from 1st to 3rd. Shaden O'Keefe hanging tough. She is in 4th place at plus 89. Karen Marcano 5th, plus 65. Ami Guerra, aforementioned, she's at plus 50 in 6th place. So here on our featured pair, Normalina is 10th at plus 23. Mel Oates just inside the top 24. She is 21st at minus 14. Again, you can see all of those details at QubicaAMF.com. Just go to the Bowling World Cup homepage. Check that out. You click on each player's name. You can see their game-by-game performance. All right, so here we are, just past the halfway point of game number 2 here on day 2 at the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. We'll take a peek through the live scoring and see what's happening across this 56-lane center. You can do the same at home. Lee Jane Sin off to our right. She is trying to run down that top spot here early on day 2. Shannon O'Keefe off to our left, just doubled after a split. She still can get to 242 this game. All right, looks like we've got a nice crowd joining us here on today's broadcast. We do appreciate it. I know the players do for sure. Good morning to those of you just dropping in. My name is Matt Canizaro, and this is the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup at Sam's Town Bowling Center in Las Vegas. Best bowlers from 83 different countries here in the women's field. 68 countries represented. See a variety of ages, styles, and skill levels here. Our youngest player, I believe, is 14 years old. From Slovenia. She's actually making a nice run down on 5 and 6 right now. On 270 pace going into the 10th frame. How about that timing? Again, these players are battling a 41-foot oil pattern this week, utilizing QubicaAMF's Utopia oil. So traditionally, the lane conditions at the World Cup designed so they can be attacked again by players of varying styles and skill levels. Everybody's able to get to the pocket, but this year, at least on day one, playing a little bit challenging. And some players very welcoming of the challenging scoring pace there, putting a premium on shot making and spares. But we'll see how things develop as they get more comfortable during the 24 games of qualifying. And looking down at lanes 49 and 50, looks like Lorna Scott feeling pretty comfortable this game. She entered game 10 in 16th place and now has struck in 8 of her first 9 frames, can get to 277 this game with all 3 in the 10th. So a nice surge there for her. And for Slovenia's Bergauer, 254. The 14-year-old making some noise here. But here on our featured pairs, 10th frame underway. Saibi of Thailand can get to 209. That one a little bit right. Doesn't make it back. So 199 max for her. For Stephanie Martins. 163 possible with all 10 on the fill. 10th frame underway. 21 and 22 as well. Past champion Mel Oates. Clean through 9. 216 possible for her and for Nurmalina. Again, hanging around the top 10. 236 still out there working on a strike going into the 10th. And for Kazarian, 178 is the max. All right, so 199 for Sabi, 162 for Martins. Now Otero will wrap things up. And the best she can get to is 154. Strong finish for Nurmalina. Doubles in the 10th. That'll put her in the 230s. Oates finishes with 215. And now Kazarian will close things out. Tough spare. She can get to 168. Good place for that 710, and a smile from Nurmalina, 234. right, final shot here on 21 and 22. We'll get reset for game number 3. Things moving along here on day 2 of qualifying. We do appreciate everybody being here. Again, tell your friends if you're enjoying being able to see the World Cup coverage. Give us the thumbs up there under your video window. We'll take those numbers back to the crew here and see if we can't get ourselves an invite for the 2019 World Cup. But we do appreciate that. Remember to subscribe to BowlTV for other international action, as well as some great videos and live streams from all around the United States. If you subscribe, you'll be up to date and notified when something cool is going on. We do appreciate that. Remember to find us on social media as well. The Sport of Bowling USBC on Facebook, at USBC on Twitter. And remember to follow the QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup Facebook page. A lot of cool stuff there from Dom Gall of Talk 10 Pin and his on-site crew, folks. We will be right back with game number 3 coming up in just a minute. Looks like we're getting our first look at Almigera, 2-time champion here at the World Cup, as well as the talented Sanna Pasanen of Finland. We'll be right back with game number 3. All right, game number 3, just like that. Ladies moving along. There's Hassinen on 19 of Finland, Melania Rossi of Italy, and Marine Lanshen of Reunion. Joining us over on 21 and 22, Amigera waiting patiently for her friends from Lithuania and Israel. So we'll see them get underway here in just a few minutes. Here comes Seleniena, Lithuania. And waiting for Sarah Alvaron. Standings being updated almost in real time. If you want to visit QubicaAMF.com, we'll give you a rundown once they're all updated. All right, 21 and 22 underway. Let's get to it. Game 3 of 8. And game 11 overall of 24. 68 women in the field this week. Going to narrow that down to the top 24 after tomorrow's final block of qualifying. Tell us in the chat, who's your pick? Who's your favorite player? Goal 1, get to the top 24, then get to the top 8. Almaguera looking to become the first 3-time winner on the women's side. '66 other women looking to break through here at the 2018 World Cup. Back in 2015, trophies were hoisted by Colombia and Hong Kong. Last year, it was the United States, Jacob Butchoff, and Philippines, Crisalyn Tabora. Still waiting on a couple of scores to be updated, and then we'll give you the rundown of what's what after today's second game. This game's speeding along, halfway done on 19 and 20. Yesterday, as everybody was getting comfortable with the center, the lane condition, the lane courtesy, a little bit slower pace, but today, moving things along. We'll have a recap at day's end on bowl.com and see if we can't get a few video highlights along the way too. We didn't really have a runaway leader on the women's side. Kyle Troop really made a statement early yesterday on the men's side, led by 80 pins. But the ladies were leapfrogging. Nadine Geisler kind of set the pace most of the day. But when the day concluded, it was Zevialova on top. And so far today, Geisler making the most noise. Question in the chat, are they doing the double jump? Yes, PBA lane courtesy, the double jump rule, however, or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of the hopeful world standard, supported by World Bowling. They put together a nice video. We saw it yesterday to explain to some of the unfamiliar players how it works, but essentially using Sana Pastanen as the example here on 19 and 20. She just bowled on lane 19, so Rebecca Whiting on 17 and 18 will go, and Selayinen on 21 and 22 will go, and now Melanie Rossi will go on the pair in between, and when she bowls, one player on each side, 17, 18, 21, 2 will go. So that really keeps things moving along smoothly, where there's always one player going as long as they're up and ready to bowl when it's their turn in the rotation. It really does go pretty quickly and very fluidly. But again, with players of the varying experience and skill levels, coming from places where courtesy might be a little bit different. Just takes a little bit of getting used to. Just unfamiliar. Some places do one lane courtesy, some places it's kind of a free-for-all. But this is, especially if it's their first time experiencing this level of competition outside of their home countries. Again, just some getting used to, that's all. Right. Good to see that number over 1,000 viewers. We appreciate it. Thanks for dropping in, folks. If you are just joining us, possibly for the first time this week, we're watching live coverage of the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. My name is Matt Canizaro, and I am live here behind lanes 19 through 22 at the Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas. Tournament returns to Samstown for the first time since 2015. Terrific host. Everything all in one place. Hotel just upstairs. Plenty of restaurants and entertainment, even a movie theater. Terrific staff here at the Bowling Center. Tom Pippinger, Chelsea Wells, and company. Amigera, nice break there on lane 21. She's enjoying the Samstown hospitality. Always nice to be in a familiar place and somewhere you know everything kind of works and know your way around. Many of the players really taking advantage of being here in Las Vegas and all that it has to offer. a lot of downtime for some. Kyle Troop, for example, mentioned that he's really starting to spend more time in the bowling center watching other squads so he can learn different things and kind of get a different vantage point. In this case, he would be here right now watching Shannon O'Keefe, his Team USA teammate, as she would do the same for him this afternoon. So in this instance, maybe not much for the sightseeing for Troop and O'Keefe. Haven't been to Las Vegas once or twice, but for many of the players, perhaps a once-in-a-lifetime visit to the entertainment capital of the world. So all part of the experience. Not everybody's going to win the World Cup or make the top 24. So they'll use that downtime to experience all that the host city has to offer. Right now, we're ready to see what the 10th frame has to offer here on our featured pair, 19 and 20. Pasanen gets the first hit, so you can get to 195. And Lan Chen for reunion. Doubles up, max score for her at 210. And Rossi can throw the last three for 194. 21 and 2. A few frames behind. See Almaguera, two-time champion with the double. That double coming after 4 consecutive 9 spares. So a little bit of luck, a little bit of carry. She's ready to make her move here. Nice to see so many folks from around the world tuning in to check out their hometown players. Tell us in the chat, where are you watching from? You know, of course, different time zones. We'll be checking in at various points throughout the day. But here we are at 10 a.m. local time in Las Vegas. 1 o'clock Eastern. Are you watching at work, during lunch? Are you already home for the day? First thing in the morning? Tough spare here for Rossi. He's going to give it a run and gets one. Sana finishes at 192. Lan Chen 208, Rossi 162. And now we'll enjoy the final couple frames on 21 and 22. Avaram, Selayinen, and Almaguera. Here comes Team USA's Kyle Troop walking by. He's got the throw going. All right, here's Guerra stepping up on lane 22, working on 3 in a row. So she can keep that momentum going. A couple good breaks here to get to this point. That one looked left. And disaster. 410. And Ami, how about that? Picks up that spare, tells the pins what's up. So Garrett clean through 9 frames now. Will step up in the 10th with a chance to shoot 225. All right, here's Guerra, seeing if she can take advantage of that great spare conversion. First shot in the 10th, a little bit right, the light mixer. Things definitely going her way. A little bit of misroom late in game number 3 here. Salaniena can get to 159. And Avaram, 3 in the 10th will give her a 199. Garrett got that last one a little bit right, missed the head pin. She'll finish up with the spare here, 215. Avaram can get to 179 now. And our next group of players already underway on 19 and 20. van der 12 of the Netherlands. Will join us here on 21 and 22. And that will do it for game number 3. We'll await our players here for game 4. We'll have that coming up in just a minute. All right, here we go. Game number 4 on the day. Joining us on 19 and 20. From Catalonia, Leah Morajo. From the Bahamas, Skill Roll. And from Russia, it is Varvara Krasnova. Over on 21 and 22. They're going to get caught up now with only 2 players. From Gibraltar, Daniela Galea and Ghislaine Vandertol of the Netherlands. right, halfway through on both of our featured pairs here in game number 4. And nearly halfway through our women's block for the day. Things moving along quickly. Got standings now through 11 games. And leading the way at plus 209, Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia. Nadine Geisler second at plus 160. Zavyalova at plus 158. Karen Marcano fourth at plus 111. And those countries are Malaysia, Germany, Latvia, Venezuela. Team USA Shannon O'Keefe is fifth at plus 93. Nadia Nurmalina of Indonesia sixth at plus 86. We saw Almigera just a minute ago here on our featured pair. She is eighth at plus 58. And after 11 games, the 24th spot was 2000 World Cup champion Mel Oates at minus 39. Minus 39 the number, an average of 196.45. If you want to see the complete results, see how your favorite players are doing, you can find that on the Bowling World Cup homepage, and that is at QubicaAMF.com. All right, Vandertool now on a string of 3, heading into the 10th. Galea as well. Vandertool can get to 220 here. Vandertool right now in 27th place. So needs a couple big games here to make a move. The left-hander, again, he can get to 220, just outside the top 24 right now. Right, so Vandertool finishes with a 196. Tough finish for Galea, 161. Now we're just about ready for the 10th frame here on 19 and 20. Game 4 coming to a close. Krasnova still can get to 209 here, working on a strike going into the 10th. Maharo, best she can do is 206 now. Nice break there. For Varvara. All right, so 208 for Krasnova. Struck on 3 of her last 4 shots. 205 for Maharo. And we'll see if Roll can make it 3 200s on our featured pair. She can get to 201. And Roll gets the first one. So clean after the miscue in the first frame. All right, so game number 4 complete. We'll have game number 5 coming up here in just a moment. Players on their way. Things got awfully quiet here as other pairs are finishing up, some getting underway. We'll have game 5 coming up in just a moment, folks. We do appreciate you being here. Tell your friends we're halfway there. If you want to see the best ladies in the world, tell them to tune in now. 4 games to go here at the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup at Samstown in Las Vegas. My name is Matt Cannizzaro. Again, second half of today's second round of qualifying for the women coming up here in just a minute. Stay tuned. All right, here we are, game 5 underway. Joining us on our featured pairs in Norway, Northern Ireland, Panama, Costa Rica, New Zealand, and Romania. Our competitor from Northern Ireland is Caroline Horan. From Panama, Orna Levy. And from Norway, Heidi Portensen. Costa Rica is Viviana Delgado Cruz. New Zealand's Suzanne Howell. And Romania's Georgiana Descalu. And there you are. We've met our players. Now let's see what they can do. We'll get the updated standings here as soon as they become available. And we'll roll on. Second half of the day here. Day 2 of women's qualifying, 2018 World Cup. Players battling the invisible 41-foot oil pattern this week. Using QubicaAMF's Utopia oil. Players of all ages and skill levels. Only 24 games over 3 days. We'll then cut the field on the women's side down from 68 to 24. For an additional 8 games. Oil pattern will stay the same throughout the week. If you'd like to see the details about that or anything else about the event, some great information available at QubicaAMF.com. You can learn about the players or the event, the oil pattern, the scores, the city, you name it. Remember to follow USBC and the World Cup on Facebook. Sport of Bowling USBC. We'll have highlights and notifications when each round is getting underway. And the World Cup Facebook page. A lot of great stuff from behind the scenes. So you don't want to miss that as things unfold here in Las Vegas.
Got her as well. On 2, 4, 10. You need that back up? Yes. 1, 2, 4, 10. 1, 2, 4, 10. 1, 2, 4. Yeah, but let me get the deadwood first.
All right, here comes the do-it-all guy, Tom Pippinger. Tom, the manager here at Samstown now. He is the deadwood getter-outer. Doing it the old school way. Ball in the gutter. Takes care of that. We'll get that spare respot and get back to business here on 19 and 20. All right, standings through 12 games. A little separation now. At plus 257, Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia. followed by Diana Zavyalova of Latvia, plus 182. Nadine Geisler, Germany, plus 181. Karen Marcano, Venezuela, plus 115. Nadia Nurmalina of Indonesia, continuing to climb the standings. She's at plus 107. Sana Pasanen, we saw her here in our featured pair, is 6th at plus 68. Philippines, Maria Alexis Sai, trying to bring that title home for the 2nd consecutive year to the Philippines, plus 61, tied with Amiguera of the Dominican Republic. Team USA's Shannon O'Keefe dropped to 9th at plus 50. Let's check out her games for today. 205, 193, 211, 157. So a little bit of a tough go here. For Shannon O'Keefe, but still plenty of time. We're only halfway through our 2nd day of qualifying, a lot of games left. 10th place, Tania Lopez of Mexico at plus 43. But the all-important number, in 24th place, past champion Mel Oates. And for her 12 games, minus 36, a 197 average. Right now is the 24th position, and just outside, Daphne Tan of Singapore. One pin back. And Canada's Jennifer Park, not too far behind. She's one pair to our left. She is 15 out of the number. So there you go. If you want to check out those standings or any other details, visit QubicaAMF.com. Jose in Puerto Rico, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hello. Certainly appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Hope things are going well or getting better still in Puerto Rico. All right, game 5 rolls on. You want to see how your favorites are doing. Remember to check out the live scoring, the link available in the information box below your video window. All right, game's wrapping up pretty quickly. Went down to check on our leader. Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia struggled a little bit that game, just around the 170 mark. High game here in our featured pairs. Heidi of Norway, 196. And just like that, scores are gone. Game 5, just a memory. Game 6 coming up here in just one moment, folks. Players on the move. Trying to find some highlights out there for you as well. We'll talk to our leader once we are all done here today. And we'll have a recap for you tonight on bowl.com. But keep an eye out for next game. Coming up here in just a minute, game 6 of 8. You're watching live coverage of the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup here in Las Vegas. My name is Matt Canizaro. We'll be right back. Game number 6, we have a treat. A crowd favorite, it looks like. From Slovenia. It's Aya Bergauer. 14 years old. A primary school student, that makes sense. At 14, making fans here in Las Vegas. A couple of youngsters were here yesterday and planning to come back today just to watch her compete. Have updated scores here in just a few minutes. Like Bergauer just inside the top 40. Getting some great experience, and you never know, still enough time to make a run at the top 24. Making spares like that. Spares definitely will keep you in this thing. But joining her on this pair is Tanya Kuba of Switzerland and Edith Quintanilla of El Salvador. Right next door, Carolina Munoz Huerta of Spain. She's joined by Anna Pitakova of the Czech Republic. And our final player of Slovakia, Petra Stankova. Just got a visit from tournament director Bernard Gibbons from Ireland. Just wanted to check in, see how things were going, say hello, see if anybody in Ireland was watching. This is our 6th game of the day, 14th game overall. After 24 games, we'll cut the field down from the 68 women to just 24. There'll be 8 more games. And 32 game pinfall totals will determine the top 8. We'll head to round robin match play. Still waiting for the standings to be completely updated online. I'll give you the rundown, but if you want to take a peek at what's already there, you can visit QubicaAMF.com. Bear Gower putting on a spare clinic here on our featured pair. This one's going to be a little bit tough, the 1-2-10. Give it a run though. And just can't get the 10 to go. All right, so here's Huerta looking for her first strike of this game up on lane 22. Meanwhile, Stankova perfect through 3 up on lane 21, left-hander, trying to make it 4. Slow wheel, crosses over. String ends at 3 with the 2-8. Bergauer crosses over, but gets all 10 to fall. Crowd goes wild for her first strike here in game 6. All right, if you haven't gotten enough bowling, there's more coming up later today. Coming up at 1:30 local time, 4:30 Eastern. The men will be hitting the lanes for their second round of qualifying. Now, keep in mind that is the start of practice, so the live stream will start about 10 to 15 minutes after that time. So, if you come in a little bit early, be patient. Remember, there's 10 minutes of practice before each practice or each round. So I've adjusted the start time, so you'll be able to see that reflected on BowlTV. Remember to subscribe as well, and you will know what's happening in the live stream world. Standings through 13. Malaysia Lee Jane Sin still leading the way. She is at plus 225. Nadine Geisler close behind for Germany at plus 203. Zavialova of Latvia plus 184. Nadia Nurmalina plus 117. Karen Marcano of Venezuela plus 110. For Team USA, Shannon O'Keefe back up to 7th place at plus 55. She's tied with Sanna Pasanen of Finland. Cut number after 13 games, minus 26. A 198 average right now. That is Lorna Scott of England. She is hanging on. Three players within 30 pins or so, and a long way to go. All right, great shot there by Takava for the four-bagger. She's got 6 out of 7 here, open in the third. And Anna coming into this game, needing to do some work. She's in 41st place. $188 pins out of the top 24. right, great shot there by Stankova, the left-hander, and last couple times on the left lane. Just cut it a little bit short, and the ball was going right at the arrows, but that one on the right lane, a terrific shot. She still can get to 224 this game. Now we're ready for the final frame. Over on 19 and 20. Bergauer will be first. Next score for her, 185. 10th frame underway next door as well. Huerta with the 8 count. Can get to 174, and again, Stankova can max at 224 this game. Of these players, Quintanilla of El Salvador, just above the cut number, as is Tanya Kuva. So 175 for Bergauer. Kuva still can get to 195, and now Quintanilla, 203 max. Final shot here for Stankova. Again, just high on that left lane. 203 will be the number. 173 for Huerta. Now Kotakova can make a move here. 244 max score. And trouble in the 10th. The big 4. All right, final score for Anna, 210. Kuva finishes out 191. And we'll see Quintanilla throw her final couple shots here, and then we'll get ready for game number 7. Final shot here of game number 6, Quintanilla. She'll finish with 193, and that'll do it. Players headed our way. 21 and 22 already. And we'll meet those players here in just a minute, folks. Thank you for sticking around. You're watching continued coverage of the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup here at Sam's Town in Las Vegas. Lady squad coming to a close here shortly. We'll have the men coming up at 4:30 Eastern. They'll be the start of practice. We'll have the live stream going a few minutes after that. So please stick around and watch the end of the women's second round of qualifying, and then come back this afternoon and see some of the best men in the world battle for this year's World Cup. We'll be right back. All right, we're back in action now with Game 7. Where has the time gone? Just a moment, we'll meet our players. Also take a look at the schedule for the rest of the week here. So today's day 2 of qualifying. We'll have one more day with all competitors. That will be tomorrow. The men will hit the lanes first at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Start of practice. And we'll find out who our top 24 will be at that point. Then the ladies will be back on the lanes at approximately 5 p.m. Eastern. Then we'll have the cut to the top 24 after those 8 games. So once they're done bowling here, in about 45 minutes, the ladies will have some time to go out and enjoy Las Vegas. Maybe game plan for tomorrow's final round if they need to make that last push. All pinfall does carry over to the very end, so they'll need every bit of it for sure. Joining us here on 19 and 20, Catherine Deroux from Belgium. Monique Barrios of the Virgin Islands. And Sue Abela from Malta. Over on 21 and 22. Got Sayori Kano of Japan. Antonetta Costa of Azores and Daphne Tan of Singapore. We'll have updated standings here momentarily as well. Again, you can visit QubicaAMF.com for all of the information. All right, 14 game totals. Malaysia's Lee Jane Sin hanging on to that top spot. She's at 29.95 plus 195. Close behind Nadine Geisler of Germany, plus 174. Zavyalova, plus 170 from Latvia. Karen Marcano of Venezuela, plus 150. Nurmalina hanging on from Indonesia, plus 103. Hassanen at plus 81. Shannon O'Keefe, Team USA, plus 67. So some struggles for O'Keefe today. Came back in that 157 game with a 205. All important 24th spot right now. Minus 36. 197.43 average. Leah Maharo of Catalonia holding on to that spot. 3 more players within 25 pins, so we're nearly 2/3 of the way through qualifying. So some strikes coming here in game number 7. Barrios 5 for 5 for the Virgin Islands up on lane 20. Bela, big double there. Cool stuff here at the World Cup. Appreciate everybody hanging out. The battle for the lead continues. Malaysia's Lee Jane Sin on top right now. 21 PIDs ahead of Germany's Nadine Geisler. Not too far ahead of Diana Zavyalova, so we'll see. With one game to go, we'll have those numbers pretty quick and see who it's going to be after 2 days of a women's competition. Diana found her way into the lead the last game yesterday. Yeah, looking to maintain that spot. We'll catch up with her or whomever else should find that #1 position after today's second round. But we have one more game to go. We're in our final frame now of game 7 here on our featured pairs. And for Daru, max score 166. Barrios 242 max. And Abela can get to 212. Over on 21 and 22, Daphne Tan of Singapore, 197 possible. Cano already done, 187. And for Costa, it will be a 168 max. Great numbers all day today on our first squad of the day. We'll have the men coming up at approximately 4:45 Eastern by the time practice is done. We'll see if yesterday's bigger numbers were because it was the men or because of the time of day. As the squads have flip-flopped for today, the men bowled first yesterday and the ladies bowled in the afternoon. We'll flip-flop again tomorrow. It'll be the men first and the ladies will close things out. All competitors bowling on the 41-foot oil pattern this year, utilizing the QubicaAMF Utopia oil. It'll be the same pattern throughout the event. If you want those details, you can visit QubicaAMF.com. A lot of great information there for you about the event and the scores, the players, you name it. Final competitors here in game number 7. Then we'll check the updated standings as soon as they're available. See who our leader will be after day 2. To finish for Abela with the 710. Should close things out with 180. Final shot for Costa. Mixes him up 155. And that will do it for game 7. Just to our left, Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia, our current leader, shot 212. And Diana Z, with a few pairs to our right, cannot see her score from here. Nadine Geisler had 178, so she'll fall farther behind Malaysia's Lee Jane Sin. Savyalova having a solid game here in game 7. She can shoot 253. We'll go take a look at that as we get ready for our players here for game number 8. right, here we are settled in now for our final game of today's action. We are joined by past champion here at the World Cup, won in 2000, Mel Oates of Wales. And we have Angelina Kazarian of Georgia. Team USA's Shannon O'Keefe closing out the day here, live on BowlTV. And over on our right, 21 and 22, we've got Cecilia Goran of France, Helena Mazou of Tunisia, and joined once again by Yani Sabi of Thailand. So unofficially, by my calculations, Diana Zavialova should be leading by 2 pins. She rolled 239 in Game 7. Lee Jane Sin had 212, but Diana able to go around her. Geisler of Germany struggled. We're still waiting for all of the results to roll in, but unofficially, at this point, after 15 games, at plus 209, Diana Z is your leader. Plus 207 for Malaysia's Lee Jane Sin. This will be our final game of round 2 for the women. Then they'll head out. They'll have 24 hours to game plan or take their minds off bowling completely before they come back tomorrow afternoon for their final 8 games of qualifying. That would conclude the 24 games, and it will allow us to know who our 24 players will be headed to the next round. All right, Shannon O'Keefe with the crowd-pleasing break. She's 2 out of 3 here in our final game. Would you like to check out any of the participants or the scores from this week's event? You can see that QubicaAMF.com. And if you get to the standings, you click on the player's name. It'll show you each game along the way. If you want to follow them in the live scoring, you can find that link in the information box below your video window. 56 lanes here at Samstown, so plenty of action going. All right, here's O'Keefe looking to get back on track after the miscue in frame 4. Someone mentioned in the chat she is not wearing her wrist brace. And that's just another level of versatility for Shannon. Able to take that off and change the ball roll when necessary. Standings updated again. Shavyalova leading the way at plus 209. Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia back at plus 207. Karen Marcano of Venezuela at plus 177. And Geisler now at plus 152. Normalina hanging on to that 5th spot at plus 107. Sana Passon in 6th at plus 74. Shannon O'Keefe 7th at plus 72. Heidi Torstensen of Norway plus 64. Daphne Tan plus 32. And Marie Alexis Tsai rounds out the top 10 at plus 30. So a 202 average to be in the top 10 right now with one game to go here on day 2. The all-important number 24. That is minus 43. Minus 43. A 197 average. But still 2 more players within 20 pins of that cut line. So we have Karen Marcano just to our left. She's in 3rd place at plus 177. Normalina is 1 pair to our right. She has the front 5. So we'll keep an eye on the live scoring know it's a little too early to get too excited, and the players will probably tell you the same thing. We're still with 8 games to go, but a little bit of drama keeps things interesting here and lets us know what we're going to be talking about in today's recap. All right, back half of our final game. I hope you guys are enjoying this continued coverage of the World Cup. Not too much to analyze at this point, as we're just rolling through qualifying here. Bowlers of all ages and skill levels. Best of their respective countries gathered here on the World Cup stage. 83 total countries represented, 68 here on the women's side. And we're 1 day away from cutting the field down from 68 to the top 24. Remember, give us a thumbs up there below your video window if you enjoy this international coverage and seeing players from all over the world do their thing. Sometimes those numbers are opportunity security. So if you'd like to see next year's World Cup here on BowlTV, you know what to do. Nice break there for O'Keefe. The 2-4-10 now is just the 10. Don't feel standing in too much danger, even on a tough day, falling out of the top 24. But anything you can do to separate yourself from that 8th position certainly gives you some comfort and some opportunity to try some things maybe along the way, as the ultimate goal, of course, is to eventually make the top 4, but first you have to make the top 24, then the top 8. And we're back to bring you the final frames here on our featured pairs. We've got some scores as well. Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia finishes with 234. She's at plus 241. Only looks like Karen Marcano of Venezuela can catch her, but Karen will need to strike out, and she splits on lane 18, so she is done. Mathematically eliminated from being the leader today. Let's just quick check in on Diana Z. Best Diana can shoot this game is 195. So it is going to be Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia setting the pace here through 2 days of competition at the 2018 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup in Las Vegas. We'll catch up with Jane here in a few minutes. Now here on our featured pairs, the final frames of day number 2. Sabi of Thailand. Tough break in the 10th. A rough final half of this game. Started off so well, spare 3-bagger. But now 3 splits late in the game. All right, so 21 and 22. Mizzou 125. Gorn 180. Sabi 191. Shannon O'Keefe able to double in the 10th. Gets to 200. Won't lose any ground. Oates 212. And now Kazarian will wrap things up again. Lee Jane Sin going to be your leader. Mathematically at plus 241. We'll catch up with her, get some photos. Appreciate everybody joining us here on BowlTV. Tomorrow, our final round of qualifying. Ladies hit the lanes in the afternoon, approximately 5 p.m. Eastern. And around that time, Aaron Smith will be making his way to Las Vegas to help wrap things up this week and get you a few bonus items for social media and such. So looking forward to that and more. And that will do it. Folks, we do appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in and giving us part of your day. Don't forget, come back. Let's see what time it is now. It's 12:30. The men's scheduled to start practice in about an hour. Might be a little bit after that. So keep an eye on BowlTV. And we will look forward to hopefully having you back for their 8 games coming up this afternoon. Again, we'll go check in with our leader, Lee Jane Sen. We'll have a recap for you later tonight. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. Check us out on social media, Sport of Bowling USBC, and at USBC on Twitter. And as they say, or as I say, folks, that's the news for now. We'll see you on the lanes.